Brett Dawson from Sellout Crowd at the Chase Center in San Francisco, still fighting a little bit of a cold, so bear with me. The Thunder wins here, 128-109 over the shorthanded Warriors. Steph Curry out with an injury, Draymond Green out for the next 4 games after this with a suspension. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has 24 points on not his best shooting night, but Isiah Joe has 23 on what was his best shooting night, 7 of 7 from 3. The Thunder said after the game that's the most, it ties the most three-pointers ever made by an OKC player without a miss. The Warriors have given up the NBA record twice, 9 for 9, 3 times to 2 different players. Ben Gordon twice, Latrell Sprewell once. Isiah Joe only gets 7, but they were a big 7. A bunch of really big shots from Thunder players tonight when the Warriors made significant runs, even shorthanded. This is still a really good team. It has Chris Paul, it has Klay Thompson. Jonathan Kuminga was dialed in early. Kevon Looney's size was giving the Thunder a lot of trouble. So this one was competitive. The Thunder looked like they were going to run away with it. Let the Warriors sneak back in it at the end of the second quarter. And then in the third quarter, Golden State, 2:43 to play in that third quarter. Kevon Looney has a chance to tip the ball in and give the Warriors the lead. He doesn't. And the Thunder go on a 10-2 run from there and really controlled the game in the fourth, stretched it out with some three-point shooting from Joe. Really good contributions across the board. Shai was not in a rhythm for most of the night. Mark Daigneault credited Golden State with going big on him, putting a small on Chet Holmgren. We saw that a bunch tonight. Chris Paul, when he was in the game, sometimes was the guy doing that. Chet joins a long list of NBA players, big men, to learn that it's pretty hard to back down Chris Paul in the post. He didn't have any effectiveness doing it on 3 attempts. But Chet was really good defensively, changed a ton of shots, had a really quiet double-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds. His 2 blocks seemed low. He just affected a ton of shots around the rim. And, once again, we see this Thunder team with a lot of trouble on the offensive glass, a lot of second chance points for the Warriors. And yet, the first shot defense is so good. First chance points are really challenging for teams to get. After the game, I asked Chet Holmgren, is this just something you're going to have to concede a little bit? You've got so many playmakers out on the wing that you want to play together, along with Chet, who's like a skinny 7'1" center. And he said that's a little bit of a cop-out. They don't want to play that way at the exclusion of defensive rebounding. And he said it will take time, but it's something they've got to get better at. We'll see. The personnel is going to have a hard time doing that. But tonight, again, even with 20-plus second chance points, the Warriors' offense was really not in a good flow. And some of that was good ball pressure. Mark Daigneault talked about how that's been better the past now 3 games. And then, Chet Holmgren on the back line, just forcing really tough decisions. He was excellent defensively. Offense, not always in a good rhythm, but really balanced. Josh Giddey had 19 points. Mentioned Chet with 13. Cason Wallace was really good off the bench. He made his only 2 threes, so he and Joe were a combined 9 for 9. And Cason Wallace has really made a lot of plays all over the floor. One of the great benefits for this Thunder team, bench guys who come in and just kind of fit into the rhythm of what they're trying to do. They get open shots, catch and shoot shots, and they take them. You get Isiah Joe. I think he had 1 shot tonight where he kind of shot faked, did a sidestep and shot it. And he said by that point he'd made so many, that was his 6th. That one's going in. He said it's like shooting in the ocean by that point. Most of them were just rhythm threes on catch and shoots. These reserves really know how to play off the stars on this Thunder team. And you don't have this sort of like bench heat up microwave kind of guy, the guy that comes in and plays a different way than everybody else plays. Everything kind of fits within the flow of what they do, and that's pretty significant for this team. There's not a big drop-off. There's a talent drop-off, but there's not a big execution drop-off when you go from the first unit to the second. And obviously, not a clean 5 for 5 substitution. They're often starting Jalen Williams to start the second quarter and Chet Holmgren and sometimes Josh Giddey. So this is just, it's a total team effort offensively where everything kind of just looks the same no matter who's in the game, and that's meaningful for this Thunder team. Defense, again, this is a top 10 team both in offensive rating and defensive rating. That's pretty impressive for a young team, even with a small sample size. This is only 12 games, but through 12 games this team is 8-4 and looking increasingly impressive as that defense really tightens the screws these last few games. Another one here in Golden State, and that makes this one really important. The Thunder won't say this, but you don't want to get swept here. With Draymond Green missing both games and Steph Curry missing at least the one. Don't know Steph's status for Saturday. We'll find out. Thunder back here in less than 48 hours. We'll be here with coverage on my YouTube page and at selloutcrowd.com, so check us out.